I get it. We have a lot of shit going on up in here, and a lot of shit starts up in here. So you gotta learn how to control your thoughts and control your mind and get a grip on those thoughts. So I call it cut out the noise. And some of the things that you can do to cut out the noise are, what is up, what is up, what is up? What's the word, good people? It's your self-love bestie, Marika. And welcome back to the channel. I'm really grateful to be back on screen with you all. I'm not even gonna talk about where I've been. I'm just gonna hop right back into the content. You feel me? All right, let me just go hop right into something that we all deal with. And that thing is overthinking. So I've been seeing a lot of comments asking the question, how do I stop overthinking? It's like, it may be worded differently, but it's all the same. How do I stop overthinking? So we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. The full disclaimer, it's not a one and done thing like, oh, I can do this, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna stop overthinking. It's not a one and done thing. It's all about muscle memory. It's something that you have to consistently practice. And that's with a lot of things in regards to this self-love journey, because self-love is a forever thing. It's a forever thing. All right. So the first thing that you need in order to stop overthinking is self-awareness. When I say self-awareness is another major key to this self-love journey, it's a major key because you have to be aware of when you're overthinking and why you're overthinking and what you're overthinking about. Like, self-awareness comes from mindfulness, like being present with yourself, being mindful of the thoughts that are going through your brain, and then diving deeper into those thoughts. Number two, cut out the noise. That's number two, cut out the noise. And what I mean by cut out the noise is we be having a lot of shit going on up in here, and I want to tell you, like, when I say I get it, y'all, I get it. We have a lot of shit going on up in here, and a lot of shit starts up in here. So you gotta learn how to control your thoughts and control your mind and get a grip on those thoughts. So I call it cut out the noise. And some of the things that you can do to cut out the noise are journal. Get you a journal and just write it out. What I learned is that as soon as you pick up a notebook to actually get your thoughts out, some of the shit goes away. Like, you instantly forget. Like, that's how that shit is so crazy to me. But like, still, even if you feel like you forgot what you were thinking, still just start writing. Whatever comes to mind, just start writing so you can get it out. Like, compartmentalize your thoughts. So journaling, on a mind dump is where you just again, get a journal or your laptop and just type away whatever it is that you need. I usually do a mind dump for like, oh, I got a lot of shit to do, and just like dumping everything out that I need to do so that I can eventually categorize and compartmentalize it. So journaling, mind dump, and the last one is just get clarity. Like, and you're gonna get clarity through journaling or like asking yourself questions. Sometimes stand in the mirror and ask yourself questions like, why do I think this? Where does this thought come from? And that'll help you begin to cut out the noise, okay? Number three, challenge your thoughts. This is usually for like negative thinking. Challenge your thoughts, like, why do I think this? Where is this coming from? Who told me this? Who fed me this thought? Like, where is this even coming from? And then take that negative thought and replace it with a positive. I think it's natural for us to focus on the negative as opposed to focusing on the positive. So you gotta like shift your perspective. I'm just gonna use me as an example. So the thought that I used to wrestle with a lot is wondering, why am I not good enough? And my therapist challenged me. She said, you ever thought like maybe is that you're too good for them and they know that? And I'm like, damn. Like, and when you hear a different perspective like that, when you challenge that thought with something positive, it really helps you to begin to switch your mindset on the positive. Like, and that'll help you, like, one, to stop overthinking, but two, to pop your shit. Like, the fuck? So take those negative thoughts and challenge them and flip it into a positive and continue to do that You got, like I said, it's a practice, a daily, hourly practice that you gonna have to utilize throughout your journey. So I'm a believer, and sometimes when I can recall a scripture, I'll replay, like for instance, like being afraid or worrying or like having anxiety. A scripture that I can remember, I'll apply that scripture mentally. Like I'll say that scripture mentally to replace that negative thought. So if you are a believer, that's another way that you can challenge your thoughts, is with scriptures or with positive affirmations. Number 4, and I already mentioned this, go to therapy. Go to therapy. If you have the means to go to therapy, please do. If you have medical insurance, please go to therapy. I know that there are free resources for people that may not have the means to go to therapy. There are free resources for you to get free therapy. So find whatever city you're in, look for those free resources. I'm telling y'all, like, therapy is a game changer. It's a life changer. Especially if you trying to heal and grow and become and be a better you. Therapy, because like I said, like, my therapist helps me to shift my mindset and shift my perspectives about things that are, you know, kind of negative, or like in areas that I have been stuck in. Like, she'll like give me a different perspective and a different take, and it's like, damn. And it'd be crazy because you'd be like, why didn't I? It sounds so simple. Replace a negative thought with a positive thought. It sounds so simple, but when you're used to focusing on the bullshit, it kind of becomes your home. Like, you know how they say some people live in chaos, like, and when you live somewhere for so long and you're so used to it, it's hard to come up out of it. But that's why I said it's like muscle memory, like building muscle memory, and like, you really gotta work it out. Like, you really gotta fight through it, and you really gotta practice these concepts and apply these concepts daily. So go to therapy, y'all, because it's gonna change the game. I'm telling you, it's gonna change the game. Number 5, and I kind of mentioned this already, practice mindfulness. And mindfulness is just mainly being present. Y'all know how we be on our phones a lot, or somebody could be talking to us and we doing things and gestures that make it seem like we listening, but we really not listening. Our mind is somewhere else. That's not practicing mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness is being present, being aware, being in the moment, and just being aware of your thoughts. And so some of the ways that I practice mindfulness is meditation. You know, people are always like, meditation is so hard. You have to keep practicing. Like, it's not just gonna automatically, oh, I meditated and I cleared my mind. Like, no, it's a practice, a daily practice. So practice, I started off with 5 minutes of meditation, and you build from there. Like, consistently do 5 minutes for like a month, and then if you feel like you're ready, go to 10 minutes. Like, but meditation gonna help you to train your mind to grab those thoughts and get rid of them, or put them somewhere, or put them up. Like, meditation is great for mindfulness. Also, yoga. Like, y'all, yoga is a life changer. It's a game changer. Yoga is gonna help you to release, because our body keeps score. Our body holds tension. Our body holds trauma. Yoga gonna help you release that shit, and it's gonna help you to get clarity. Like, it just calms you down, y'all. It calms you down. And then prayer and affirmations. Like I said before, like, I use scriptures to replace some of those negative thoughts that I be having. And then I affirm myself with either my own personal affirmations or scripture or quotes. Like, you gotta practice speaking life into yourself, into your mind daily. If you gotta put I got sticky notes on my mirror. If you need sticky notes, put up sticky notes on your mirror, in your car, at your office, whatever you need to do to keep reminding yourself of those positive things and to train your mind to think more positive. The last one is practice self-care. Like, We're not just talking about the going to get your nails and toes done. Like, yeah, that shit is important too. But conscious acts of self-love, okay? Conscious acts of self-love. We heavy on the self-love over here. Heavy on the self-love. Some of the ways that I practice self-care on a daily is I got different types of teas. And like, I got teas for anxiety, I got teas for stress, I got teas for my mind, I got teas for pain. I love tea, like herbs and like herbal tea, my favorite. But think about what it is that you need. Like, I tell y'all this all the time, like, get in the habit of asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? You gotta figure out what you need and begin to give yourself that. That is conscious acts of self-love. That is self-care. And also, like, cleaning your space. Like, I know when I'm in a funk because, like, my place is a hot mess, and like, as I begin to clean my space and like reorganize my space, you'll be surprised at how this clears up as you clear your space around you. Like, your space, that shit matters. Like, so tidy up your space, and that's gonna help you tidy up your mental. I'm telling y'all. Also, like, what you put in your body, clean eating and fitness. Like, I've learned that what you put in your body and what you do with your body has an impact on what's going on in the mind. Like, I'll eat something, and of course, because I have endometriosis, my body does react to certain things that I'm not supposed to have, like gluten. But like, outside of that, like, when I eat something that's like too heavy or too much, like, my mind be clouded. Like, I'm telling y'all, clean eating, and I ain't saying like go cold turkey on everything, but like, start eating healthier with like nourishing your body, because everything about our body is connected. Like, I mean, it sounds like, well, duh, Marika, but it's like, we really don't realize how connected our body is. And it's like, every little thing impacts every little thing in terms of like our bodies, like outside and inside. Like, y'all, it's real. And working out, man, it's gonna help you clear your mind. Find what works for you in every category, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Like, find what works for you, and do that shit often, daily. Conscious acts of self-love. We have you on the self-love over here. So those are 6 things that you can do to practice daily in order to get out of the habit of overthinking. You got to train your mind, okay? So let's do a quick recap. So you need self-awareness. You got to practice self-awareness. If you're not familiar with like self-awareness things, or if you need self-awareness tips, check out the ebooks. I'll add the link to this video, but the one specifically that is going to help you with self-awareness is How-Tos of Self-Love. The How-Tos of Self-Love is going to help you get acquainted with self-awareness, and so that you can become more aware of like the shit that you're doing and what you need to do and what you don't need to do. All right, so 1, self-awareness. 2, cut through the noise. I talked about journaling, mind dumping, whatever you need to do to cut through the noise, get it out your mind, get it out on paper, cut through the noise. 3, challenge your thoughts. Replace those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. 4, go to therapy. Find you a good therapist, and it's going to be therapy, trial and error, just like dating. Like, everybody ain't for you, so it's okay to drop a therapist and look for another one. But go to therapy. 5, practice mindfulness. Be more present. Be more aware of like what's going on with your mind, what's going in your mind, and what's going out of your mind. Yoga, meditation, those are some things that you can do to practice mindfulness. And 6, practice self-care. That looks different for everyone, so you gotta tap in that self-awareness. You gotta tap in with yourself to figure out, what do I need in this moment, and get you a self-love. Like, mentally, I have a mental self-love toolkit. Like I said, I got my tea, fitness, got my routines. Like, I just bought a diffuser. Like, get your things, your materials, your tools. You need a self-love toolkit. in order to practice conscious acts of self-love daily, and also to break habits, bad habits like overthinking. Like I said before, it ain't gonna happen overnight. It's something that you're gonna have to keep working at and keep building in order to get better. But I promise you, it gets better. The more you practice it, the better you get. Just like with fitness, the more you work out, the more muscle you build, the more weight or more fat you shed. That's the same with self-love and your mental health and things like that. It's like you gotta keep going at it. You gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep practicing. So those are my tips so far on how you can stop overthinking. Share in the comments what you think, or what are some practices that you are gonna try out. Out of all 6 of these tips that I just gave, pick one to start with, and share with me in the comments which one you're gonna start with. So that's it, y'all. Those are the 6 things that I practice to help me with the overthinking, to cut out the overthinking. And I can't say that I'm 100%. That would be a lie. But I am better than when I first started. I've definitely grown, and I want you to grow as well. So yeah, that's it. I thank y'all for rocking out with me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow me on TikTok, and share with a friend. Invite a friend to the channel, tell them to subscribe, add me on TikTok, and I'm sending you all, as always, I'm sending you all love and light. Peace, y'all.